On June 5th, Boeing and NASA, Commercial Crew Program Project Team, joined forces, sending 2 American astronauts to the International Space Station. But it was originally planned for June 14th. They should return to Earth. However, due to technical issues, the 2 astronauts were stranded in space, stayed for more than 3 months. NASA is unwilling to take too many risks. Therefore, it was decided that SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft is responsible for picking them up. In fact, what is reflected behind this is a contest between technical prowess and ambition. It is also a match between China and the United States in space exploration. Invisible contest. After all, the space development of China and the United States is more promising. But who will ultimately lead the race? Let's find out. So let's talk about the Dragon. This is the United States after the space shuttle was retired, the first manned spacecraft to reach orbit. Not long ago, the Dragon spacecraft successfully launched 4 civilians into space, refreshed people's understanding of space travel. But in fact, the Dragon spaceship is just the beginning. The real breakthrough was in his construction. Construction is reusable and can carry more than 100 tons of passengers, designed to send people and cargo into Earth orbit, the Moon, and even Mars. However, things are not always smooth sailing. Built during the first test launch in April 2023, there was an explosion. Subsequent test launches also failed to meet expectations. In comparison, China, development in reusable spacecraft seems to go much better. Some time ago, our country is at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, successfully launched reusable test spacecraft, successfully returned after 268 days in orbit, scheduled for 6 games. Recently, China's Suzaku 3 repeatable rocket also successfully completed a 10-kilometer vertical takeoff and landing, returned to flight testing. Prove here, China has taken an important step in this field. So, this artifact that both China and the United States are competing to possess. What are the advantages of reusable spacecraft? Currently widely used disposable rockets greatly increase the cost, but the development of reusable launch vehicles, you can actually figure out how to solve these problems. Although our country is still to advance stage that cannot be displayed, but the details that are looming, it still worries the United States. The first is the reliability of the launch. Every launch is in Quan Satellite Launch Center. Imagine if it wasn't reliable enough. How did he become the main launch site? The second is the stealth of the orbit. After we launch, European once noticed our manned spacecraft, but he then made orbital adjustments and changes. Europeans can't find it. This shows that we are adjusting the orbit and great potential for maneuvering orbit-changing capabilities. In addition, it is highly practical. A spacecraft can be reused multiple times. This is similar to SpaceX's reusable rocket, another trick of the same worker. It's going to cut costs dramatically, boost efficiency. Future, when all functions and subjects are tested, we will have more options to go back and forth between heaven and Earth. This is for China's space dream. It was a huge driving force.